Good morning. The day has finally come that I get to finally put hardware on the storage unit that I've been working on for my daughter. And I wanted to walk you through the process of selecting hardware and putting it in the right position and how to mount it without any sort of problems. So let's begin. So here's the cabinet doors. When I choose hardware, I think of it as the jewelry to the room. It's the last accessory that you would add to the outfit. And in this case, I wanted something very playful. And my daughter's favorite knob that I showed her was this one with a crown on it. So what I'm going to do is use this pretty escutcheon to kind of add to it and make it look a little larger, because this is a molding free door. And because there are no decorative moldings, I want the hardware to really make a statement for her. So this is the hardware I'm going to use. And given that there are no moldings, I could really put this anywhere. I could put it in the center. I could put it in the center but near the edge of the door. But for me, I really kind of like it to be in the top third of the door and in a couple of inches. It's because I don't have any molding to work with, it's kind of up to my eye where I visually think it would look best. And in this case, I think it's going to be right about here. So we'll have one on each side, of course, for each door, and we'll have to line them up properly, and I'll show you that in just a few moments. So what I've actually done is taken a piece of cardboard and made a template for myself. I measured down where I had held that knob up, and it was 4 inches down and 3.5 inches in, and I made a template that will work on either side of the cabinet. That way, when I move to the next set of doors at the other end, they'll be exactly the same. This is a great trick, especially in a kitchen or an area where you have a ton of knobs to install. This will save you so much time and frustration because you will have it all planned out. So I'm holding the template square to the door using this triangle, and I'm going to just drill in my pre-drilled hole for my hardware to pass through. Okay, and then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Well, that one shifted a little bit on me, but I think it's still good. One tip I do have, if you are doing a whole kitchen, you might want to do a similar template to this, but instead of cardboard, actually use wood. It's going to give you a little bit more stability. So let's see how I did. Pretty cute. Okay. Tighten on the nut on the other side. Awesome. Okay. Straighten it out. Looks great. We did it. So for the drawers, I'm doing a different hardware piece. I'm doing this pull that'll be a little easier for her little hands to grab, and this one's a little more complicated because I do need 2 holes drilled in order for that to pass through. So what I'm going to do, I'm doing the same 4-inch drop that I did on the knobs so that my top line of hardware will be the same all across the unit, and I've got my template ready. But what I've done is found the center point of my 2 holes that I need to drill for each knob and the center point of the drawer face, and I marked it on a piece of painter's tape right on the top edge and notched out my template so that I could line it all up together. So right now I've got my template perfectly aligned to be on the center point of my 4-inch drop for my hardware. So here goes. And let's see. Now this one, there is some depth of wood here that I'm going to need actually a longer screw. I didn't anticipate that, which is fine. It's just a quick run to the hardware store to get the right length of the screw, and I'll be able to put these on no problem. Here's why I needed longer screws. Where I decided to mount my drawer pull, I'm actually into the drawer frame. So I needed a 1/2 inch longer screw because most hardware pieces only come with a screw that's long enough for a standard cabinet door depth. But now I've got my longer screws and I plugged them into the handles and I am done. I've got my pulls on the drawers and my knobs on the doors, and then it repeats on the cabinet on the other side. So that is that, and they're all perfectly aligned thanks to the handy templates. That's your lesson in hardware.